Eating something. Kyle, what's going on in the GBG?
Okay. Adam Levine was on with Ellen, and he was opening up about filming The Voice. Something interesting that I didn't really 100% know is that they're filming 2 seasons at once.
I'm cheating on the original Fabulous Four a little.
Yes.
We're doing season 3 now, obviously, which has been really fun, but now also shooting the beginning of season 4. So it was really funny because we shot with Usher and Shakira the other day, and that was the first time we did that, which was, trippy because it wasn't the original people.
Right.
It was also a lot of fun. But I remember thinking to myself, oh man, I love these guys, but I just miss CeeLo and Christina. And then I realized it's okay though, because I'm gonna see them in a week from now.
Yeah.
So that weird?
That must start up again, what, in like March or something like that?
I don't know. I think it's so bizarre. 2 at once. It's like, can't you just get over the first one?
It's a big gig.
It's a little strange. And as you can imagine, it would be a little bit confusing for Adam Levine and Blake Shelton, who are doing both the seasons. Wait a second. No, that's next season's people who I'm comparing you to. Pretty crazy. In the meantime, the X Factor is still on the air. And Britney Spears is having issues, not on the show really, but in her life. There's more problems between her and her fiance, Jason Trawick. They're saying she's moved into a hotel. And this is not the same hotel where her fiance supposedly spends 2 nights a week to quote unquote clear his head. It's, it's a different one. She just shot that new commercial that I told you about that is still on her website, johnjrich.com, keyword GBG, for her new fragrance. That takes place in a hotel corridor. Now, she checked in on Saturday carrying enough luggage to suggest she might be staying a while. And so that's what's sparking all these rumors. Some are speculate she's between homes while her $8.5 million place in Thousand Oaks is being prepared. So maybe that's just the reason. Or others are saying the tension between her and her fiance is getting so bad they're both getting ready to split and part ways. And this is just the first step.
That's what happened in an episode of Homeland recently.
What happened?
You and Homeland.
And
I
Congressman
swear.
Brody went and got his own hotel room for a while so they could let the marriage work itself out. But then he got kidnapped.
Oh.
Well,
So he should have stayed at home.
Neither of them.
But he got kidnapped by the CIA because he's Al Qaeda, and they ended up turning him, and so now he's working for the CIA. Or is he? Is what I think. Or is he?
Ooh.
Homeland.
Or is he?
Showtime Sunday nights.
Okay. Ew.
Interns.
What the heck? You are so gross. Don't blame that on the interns. Anywho, moving
If
on.
I could hear that all the way from over here from the interns, that would be amazing.
You guys, Barbara Wawa is not very happy right now. I told you yesterday she was scheduled to do a full-blown interview with Lindsay Lohan, and Lindsay Lohan canceled on her. So what Barbara did is she called Lindsay's new PR team, and she said, What's the deal with this? Why can't she do it?
Lindsay doesn't feel up to it. So today I pick up the punchline. The punchline. Lindsay Lohan is sitting for an interview with Jay Leno. Uh-oh. If they'd said to me, Barbara, she isn't up to the kinds of questions that you might ask, although most of them were comparing her life to Elizabeth Taylor. And it would have been a wonderful, wonderful interview, and she could have said a lot of things straight. If they had told me that, I wouldn't feel quite as disappointed as I do today.
Oh, come on.
What? You would be ticked off, too, if you were Barbara Walters. Come on.
I would.
But the bottom line is Lindsay it's in her contract for the movie Liz and Dick that she has to do one TV appearance to promote the movie. One scheduled TV appearance. And so her PR team, which is a new people, she's working with new people, they know what they're doing. They're not going to let Barbara Walters, who does ask hard-hitting questions, who will get into Lindsay's legal troubles, who will ask the questions that Lindsay doesn't want her to ask. And so they're like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to take her away from that situation. We're going to put her with Leno, who will ask her pretty much nothing.
And the Leno interview is going to be shorter. Right? She'd probably sit down with Barbara Walters and tape it for an hour and a half.
Right.
And they chop it up. She could say something versus the Leno thing. It's going to be soft questions real quick.
Exactly. They call it a softball interview.
That's what he's famous for.
And so-
that's why he gets big guests.
No, he's very soft he has tender testicles.
Oh, I didn't know he was famous for that as well.
That's why they call
You're
him that.
disgusting.
Is that
Stop
out
it.
there?
Stop
Yeah,
it.
it's out there.
People pass
Seriously.
that around?
Oh, in
Stop
my
it.
circles.
Pass it around. You're disgusting.
Someday we need to get into your circles because they're alarming.
They're softballs, too.
Let's just stay away from John Jay's circles, okay? Alrighty then. This I thought was kind of interesting and very odd all at the same time. In 2007, Donda West, Kanye West's mom, went under an elective surgery. She was getting breast augmentation augmentation, a tummy tuck, and liposuction, all in one fall swoop. Dr. Adams was her surgeon. Now, we all know what happened less than 24 hours after her surgery. She had passed away. And, of course, that the L.A. coroner's office said that it wasn't the surgeon's fault. It was her body. There was no wrongdoing then. But since then, he's had his medical license stripped because of a couple DUIs. He's in the process of getting that back.
Sure, that didn't help.
And for some reason, he's speaking to Entertainment Tonight. He wants to tell his side of the story when it comes to the death of Donda West.
I feel responsible totally because I'm the surgeon and I'm the guy in charge, but I'm not the guy to blame. What probably happened, and unfortunate, is that Miss West laid down, ate, had narcotics on board, aspirated, her lungs got all this food in it, and then 4 minutes later, she passed away. Kanye and I don't need to talk about this. We both lived it, we both know the facts, and we both moved on.
Did you? Because you're the one still talking about it, and you're the one opening up about it. I can imagine that Kanye West is a little upset that this guy is either trying to get fame, or I don't know why he's speaking to the public, but he's kind of drowning up those old feelings. And, Kanye had a really hard time dealing with his mother's death, obviously. I mean, that's a really difficult thing to go through. So I'm not really sure why Dr. Adams is speaking to the press. It's a little unnerving, if I may say so myself. I can't imagine what it would be like for Kanye. As of now, Kanye has not commented on this interview, but if you want to see the whole thing, it is on our website right now, johnjamrich.com, keyword GBG.